I was diagnosed with breast cancer in May 1st of 2017. And at first I was just diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer, and I was only to be going through 16 weeks of radiation, which at that time sounded like a lot. And then after surgery, it was determined that it was actually stage 2 breast cancer, so I needed to go through chemotherapy because it was involved in my lymph nodes. Started LiveStrong in January. You meet with one instructor and just kind of do an intake interview of where you want to go with LiveStrong and how you want to fit into the program. And the instructor that I met with at that particular time was Shandy, and she's a young gal with children about the same age as mine. And you know, I'm sitting there for the first time actually publicly without my hat on. And I remember telling her that, and I cried because it was just such a big deal to be public without hair. But I wanted to be myself from that point on. And then when I went to the class, then we had yet a second instructor, and same with Michelle. I mean, the bond, just wonderful instructors that are there for the right reason of wanting to give the support for all the cancer survivors and for us all to get our life back. When I started the class, there were 10 of us in the classroom. I was probably the most recently coming off a treatment. What was interesting when we first started coming to the LiveStrong program is that it's all ages and all different types of cancer. We all have very similar stories. And we sat down in the classroom setting the first day and, you know, kind of go around the room and just, you know, introduce yourself and tell a little bit about your story. You really bond with the people without even knowing them any time in your life. But it just that first couple of minutes, you're like immediately feel like you're part of a bigger thing than what you could put together yourself.
Prior to LiveStrong, we were starting to do more exercising, but when we were diagnosed with cancer, it was kind of a step back, but started mowing some paths around the farm here, and I mowed 3 miles of paths to walk, and I said, we're going for a walk. And we would get up and we would walk together and talk and solve the world's problems.
The Y and the LiveStrong program realizes, they know that it's not just the survivor that's going through the treatment, it's also the family, it's also the support person. In my case, it's my husband. There's best friends that go through Y LiveStrong program with their friends. It's so inclusive to definitely having a support person. Mm-hmm. So when I hear Craig say we, because it really was us. We've been through everything together. When I first started the LiveStrong program with the elliptical, that's one machine I have learned to, well, how do I say it? I have a love-hate relationship, because when I first got on that machine, I could barely do 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes, I really thought I was gonna die. And I told my instructors that, and they listen to everything, but they understand. But I could feel, I could feel, and I could actually even smell the chemo when I was working out. And that sounds really strange. Put me back into like the chemo chair. But when I was working out, I knew it was a good way of getting and releasing the toxins that was in my system. At the end of LiveStrong, I could do over 30 minutes on that same machine. And now that's my goal. And I was doing that, you know, like say twice a week. And now my goal is like 3 times a week with that machine. That was our goal, that we would go through the LiveStrong program, graduate in April, and then be on our way in May. And we did just that. The walking and the exercising through the LiveStrong program definitely got us strong, got me strong, that I could make it to travel and to walk further and further. The support of the LiveStrong program, the support at the Y, for me was life-changing and I would say life-saving.